Internet, and welcome to tonight's episode of Dungeon Sphere on the Dungeon Pop channel. Monday, we had Res Lorraine, and it will be back again this coming Monday. And we also have episodes on YouTube, so you need to follow and subscribe.
Oh, also, should I do put the link in again?
Yes. Also, there's one other thing. We will be having a special Halloween broadcast on October 31st. Everything else to be determined, but it's going to be just whoever wants to play. Cool. And then anything else?
Patsy draws, maybe?
Patsy draws, maybe. And with that, we will go over what happened last week. Essentially, y'all were able to defeat the king and enter the in-between space where time is dilated and you have plenty of time to recuperate, relax, and become great pawns in the Dungeon Sphere games. Because, you got to take care of your entertainment so that they can continue entertaining. And thus, you have spent some time in the checkpoint. Probably spent some time reviewing some replays of the Scryer views of other teams. And possibly doing some training, rethinking, recalibrating, and more. So, with that, I'm just going to let Yuri take the lead.
Umbran, previously, having thought a lot during that last fight, and just since we've last visited the checkpoint and he had talked to Lord Silveronia, has been sitting at the bottom of just a little pond. He is a construct, a warforged. He does not need to breathe. He dropped his brand new cloak off at the side and summoned Deimos, his Hound of Ill Omen, just to watch over it. And is currently sitting down there with the Shadowfell shard in his hand, inspecting it. It now holds the silver flame, and has just been contemplating what to do, essentially. Sitting there, Jerome is also around. He's a frog. He can be underwater. Staring at the shard, Umbran speaks to Jerome. I'm interested in your opinion.
I have a vast many opinions, all of them correct.
Yes. I would like to know what you think before I do anything rash.
I am nothing but a level headmaster.
Yes, and I would like to know your thoughts.
Oh, on what?
This. You were there. You know what it is.
The silver flame?
Yes.
Well, it probably has a lot of power inside of it that you will be able to harness to take over the world as my leading general.
I don't know why I expected more.
But all I know is that it is a part of you, no matter what. And it always has been. Blue.
I think it's time for a change then. And Umbran will stand up out of the water, grab his cloak, and summon Deimos to his heels and walk inside to find his friends.
A shadowy dog comes out of your cloak by your side, and you walk into the area, and you see some of your compatriots reviewing some replays of other teams and such around a nice marblesque table with a magical circuitry that is displaying this holographic view. I don't know who's there. Whoever wants to be there will be there.
Yeah, Moxie would be there.
This is just like a central area.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You probably have food too if you...
Yeah, Canari's serving up like a nice Sunday roast. And like has her notes of the other teams spread out all around her.
On one of the gem nodes on one of the legs of Vrexil's armor, he's got like a little pan and is heating up popcorn from the heated node.
It's Jiffy Pod, just...
Braenna,
Somewhere in Vrexil's armor there is a Keurig.
And Umbran walks in. I don't think any of you noticed the footfalls.
Probably the sound of dripping water hits first.
Yeah.
Even before the feet come in.
Canari turns and lets out a little scream as Umbran appears behind her.
Hey, Umbran.
I would like to share with you what had happened when I had called home. And Umbran will set his Shadowfell shard, his beating crystal heart, down on the table, sort of slide it forward.
Throw him hops next to it.
So long as it is within 5 feet of Umbran's body, he does stay intact and in one piece. I have recently learned that inside this vessel is an entity, a presence, a power. I am not too sure what it is, known as the Silver Flame. House Sildronia was the keepers of the Silver Flame for generations. This I did not know. I know most of you had not wondered what the house's connection was with all of this, but it has been eating away at me for a while, and now we know. I believe that the Silver Flame has the power to capture, to stop, to impede in some way the being known as Sulkatesh, which is the being hounding you, as I understand, Canari.
Silver Flame originally was the one that bound her in the first place to the dreaming darkness. I'm sorry, I have Canari just has to set the stuff down on the table so she doesn't drop all of the glasses and everything. And it's just like rapt attention, just completely on Umbran, and like too many questions to actually get anything out.
You ask all the questions at once and it just comes out as
She starts about 5 different ones and none of them have any conclusion, so it's just like a bunch of different, it's like a Mad Libs.
I believe that this presents us with a solution to your problem, to our problem. We now have, supposedly, a vessel fit to contain Sulkatesh if she is to attack or to attempt to take over.
That's great. I mean, but it's... Okay, Vrexil, help me out here. Am I under the... Canari will just point at the shard, and it's like, is you talking about another shard, or...
This one.
Isn't that your shard, though?
Right. Are you trying to become Sulkatesh? Like, or are you trapping her inside yourself? That seems like it would be very dangerous.
A word of advice came from a friend that this is part of me and it is my power to grow with. But I say fuck that. I'm out of this shard. I'll take out the shard of elemental fire. If we put Andrew's soul into the fire shard to put it into the ram, that leaves us with another empty shard, one of the outer planes. If we can transfer Andrew from one shard to another, what stops us from transferring myself to another? Nothing. As far as I know, the Silver Flame is not connected to my soul, but is instead encased within this shard. If I leave the Shadowfell shard, we'll just have a perfect vessel. I do not know if it could withstand the power of a god, even one in a weakened state. There might be a way we'll have to enforce it somehow, but I believe it should be enough.
I mean, it's not like we're going in blind. We did it once before.
Exactly.
Well,
I will
mean,
instruct Vrexil on how to move souls from shard to shard. And after that, I will need you to do it for me.
I can try.
Gonna require an Arcana check.
Oh yeah.
But first, you need to move
Andrew.
Andrew.
Which I'll be with. I will be right there with you the entire time. I'm very familiar with the process of how it works. Granted, Lord Sironia had created a machine that would harness these powers, but we will have to go old school with runes.
I'm imagining that like the elemental shard of fire looks like a firestone from Pokemon.
Yeah, essentially. Pretty much what they are. We're just going to evolve Andrew to a big flying golden ram. And then after we get the souls moved, that is essentially all I can do in Andrew's regard. The rest will be left up to you, which is time I will need to reconsider other things that were said to me.
Okay. Well, when are we doing this?
Soon, I would prefer. The sooner I'm away from this, the better, I would say.
Vrexil will look at the rest of the group. What do we think?
Yeah, like,
I don't know if Braenna's there. Braenna, are you there?
I don't think she was yet. I think she may have just come back from the 48 hours of reading the book of the deck. It was the Dex book. It was the Dex book, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Reading, so doing a whole bunch of new extra. So she comes and she's like exhausted and sweaty and gross. And comes and catches probably the last bit of the conversation, but not the whole thing. So you think you can move Andrew then?
Yes, I will need you there and present for it. I had mentioned this earlier when we first found Andrew. Souls, as they move vessels, are very sensitive to the emotions that are present. We need you there concentrating on your love for Andrew, essentially, to keep him grounded and bound while we do move his soul. It makes it significantly less risky to have someone who truly cares there. Which means, Vrexil, I am asking a lot of you after we finish with Andrew.
I can do it. Where did you get all this information?
Lord Silrania. He built me. He made me. I've read through his tomes dozens of times, his notes, his procedures, his processes. I've studied the machines he's created to help expedite these processes.
Do you have those tomes?
No, but I can relay to you all the information I have, which is all of it.
Okay. It's worth a
Vrexil,
shot.
you do understand a little bit of it since you were able, as a team, put Andrew into a stone. You think that you can probably use some pretty fancy wires, but aha, eureka, something comes to mind. it probably would be a much safer process if you used mithril wire
Mithril
as a
thread.
conduit.
Does anybody have mage thread?
Yeah, Canari said she had a whole spool of it and asked
Yeah.
if you could do something with it last session.
That's
The
right.
mithril. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. I was trying to remember who
This
was
is
that
something.
had that because I was like,
Yeah.
somebody definitely did.
It's Canari.
It won't require a lot. Maybe just like a foot.
A little jumper cable
Mhm.
length here. Yeah, Canari, if we use your thread, it should temper some of the transplanar, and Vrexil just goes on a long technobabble, and
Moxie just like, uh-huh.
Mox is like, I know.
Moxie
One of
glazes
these
over
words.
from time to time, but you can't tell in one of the eyes because it's just gold.
Oh,
yeah,
that's
true.
right. Moxie's got.
Oh, Umbran looks up and is like, Moxie, what happened to your face? Is this when the
yeah.
giant grabbed you and is like, just touching your face?
She's like,
Did it crack your face?
I don't know when it happened. Seems fairly recently since none of us knew about it.
since we were all so surprised.
Yeah, we're all so surprised. No, I figured someone would have told me sooner had they noticed, but
Well, you know, we might not be multi-class twins, but now, and Umbran will move his hair in the docent, has a black iris, a black sclera with a red iris. We match with eyes, at least.
oh, well, that's pretty cool.
I'll put his hair back. Is your vision impaired? Can you still see?
No, yes, I can still see.
Well,
Yeah, it's the same to me. I'm not. It's not too golden, so I don't know. I'll keep an eye on it.
Vrexil just starts like drawing like letters in the air at increasingly smaller and smaller sizes.
Number 1 or number 2?
Please read as far down as you can.
Mm-hmm.
You can see clearly. Everything's fine.
Except that my face is cracked, but it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm down. Let's do this. I'll
Right.
be
Do you
here
want to
for
do it
moral
right now?
support.
How do I know how long it would take for this to happen?
Approximately 2 hours per stone.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah, not long.
Yeah.
You could do it in no time at all in a dilation room. But if Braenna just got back exhausted, should you not like maybe sleep a little bit and then?
Braenna's
Yes.
dozed off at the table.
Oh,
Perhaps we give her a short rest and we'll reconvene in an hour.
Sounds good.
Then we can hit the ground running.
and in the meantime, you can tell me everything you know.
Yes, that would be prevalent. I do that. I just start.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
I start at
Basically-
the beginning and I go all the way through. No stops, no breathing, no air, no pausing.
That is no problem for Vrexil.
No, not
Yeah.
at all.
But yeah, essentially you're giving advantage on these Arcana checks with the help action by splurging all this information outward.
Okay.
And the Queen will confirm that the Firestone would probably be a much better source for a Gold Forge Sentinel. The attunement between the element of gold, the harmony between the element of gold and the element of fire is quite stable.
I hadn't even thought about that.
Something I had thought about the second I saw it.
Mm-hmm.
Called this.
If only she was in your mind.
Yeah.
She basically just confirms what Umbran's
Yeah.
suspicions were.
Okay.
The little
yeah.
puppet man is right.
Oh. Yeah, as Umbran relays everything, Vrexil has like 4 different things going at once. The first is like like a quill up against just like a never-ending sheaf of parchment that's just like going and like transcribing everything, like a separate one that's like drawing out pictures and diagrams, and then Vrexil's just like literally just writing like questions and individual thoughts, and just like the note-taking process is extreme.
All right. So, Braenna, you get a real good nap in,
Cat nap.
and you wake up 2 hours later.
Braenna bounds up, looking a little more Dexy. What? Got an 18 Dex now. That's fun.
That is very impressive.
God.
What would you all like to do now?
Do we want to go into a sterile dilation room, or do we think it would be okay? Canari, Moxie, unfortunately, I do have to ask you to stay outside for this first part.
Yeah, I'll just hang out. Don't worry about it. I don't know how much help I'd be anyway, so.
When Vrexil
Master.
does have
Master.
to. Yes, Jerome. Moment. Yes, Jerome.
You mentioned that the more people that care about you in the room and the emotions around it, the more likely the operation will be successful. So why
Yes.
not allow your allies and my peons to accompany you?
For the first part, it would be better if it was just Braenna. For Andrew's moving, her emotions will not be muddled by any other feelings that, say Moxie gets a little peckish on the way, those could interfere greatly.
I am feeling a little peckish
A
now that
little
you're talking
peckish,
about
yes.
it. So
I'll make snacks.
Though perhaps for my moving, it would be good to have the whole team there.
I can send Soren out the door when we're ready for that, just to avoid even having to leave.
Yes, and you will, of course, need to stay outside. I put Jerome on the table and I tell him to stay. I touch his little head and I go, stay.
I shall stay.
All right. First stone, let's go.
If they fail, I will avenge you.
Okay, well, we're not there yet. We're doing Andrews first.
All right, so you hop into the room. Braenna's following close at hands. You hear Fortuna basically getting a little antsy in your mind. Like, I've slept so much, I'm ready to fight. I want to crush some skulls. I want to break some fingers.
We can do that after we get Andrew in this new thing. I'll make a big old field and we can run around smacking all of the shit. It'll be great.
Wonderful.
Yes.
Braenna, perhaps it would be best to leave Fortuna outside.
Okay. Fortuna, you're just gonna stay right outside the door, okay? I'll pick you up in a minute.
All right, does anyone have anything else with a consciousness on them?
Put me right next
Pat
down to
down
the
our
cute frog.
pockets.
Right.
I love frogs.
Rex was just kind of like awkwardly looking into the nether space where he assumes the queen is, just like, nope.
No, we're good. That's
He's
all.
like, I told her to please leave, but
Oh, if you want to silence me, you can always use that cream.
Yeah.
The ointment that the hag gave you. That dastardly hag.
Given her expertise in this subject matter, I actually think Vrexil would.
she'll probably be helpful for the second part. So
Yeah, Vrexil may actually begin to try and trust this entity and let her talk.
Oh, personal growth.
You can
Yeah.
recognize genius.
Right.
Doesn't mean you
Also,
have to like it.
Vrexil's gonna use his multi-purpose tool and set his cantrip to guidance.
Yeah.
Extra assistance.
You go into the room.
Before we start, Braenna's gonna I'm gonna call out Andrew in ghost form.
And he pops out. Do I have to fight anything?
No, I
He's
just
like,
wanted
his
to.
hands are raised.
No, we're not fighting anything right now. I just wanted to say hi before.
Oh, hi, Twin.
Hi. before we move you to this other gym, maybe? And then, you sure you're okay with moving into the giant ram thing?
Yeah, Uncle Billy Bob spent a year as a sheep, and he said it wasn't that bad. So I can spend a little time as a fine little goat bird thing.
I think you'll have more.
It's a big goat bird
It's a
thing.
big goat bird thing. I think you'll have fun.
And then I'll be able to be
around all the time.
around all the time. So yeah. I'm cool. I'm okay with that. I put all my trust into you. He
Braenna
goes to
kinda-
hug you, but he just slips through.
Yeah, Braenna's gonna walk over and
There's nothing to be worried about.
Once more, do we remember what the Flying Golden Ram is called in Dungeons and Dragons?
Yeah, Gold Forge Sentinel. It's already in Braenna's extras.
Forge Sentinel.
got it
Awesome.
under control.
There we go. Yeah.
All right. He slips back into the gym. The shard.
Okay,
Vrexil,
let's do it.
as you walk in, you can create any sort of laboratory workshop setting that you want with all of the stuff that you may need.
I think Vrexil just makes a very humble recreation of what he remembers his mother's lab to be.
Yes, it's a much more clean, put together, no abyssal chicken blood and guts all over.
Yeah.
It is as you remember it as a child.
Right. There is one like in the background, really far away.
Yes.
Okay, so I have advantage from Umbran's assistance.
Yeah.
Yes. I
Okay.
also will give you one bardic inspiration now to use in the beginning, and then I will give you a second one when we start mine.
Okay, and I will not have that advantage when Umbran when it's time to transfer Umbran, right?
You will still have that advantage because all of the information that Umbran gave to you is very helpful.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. Cool. Your bardic inspiration is a D6, right?
It's a d6, yeah.
Braenna grabs the necklace that she has on that Andrew's in and just kind of holds it.
Full of warm pulse coming from it.
And kind of hands it
All
over.
right. Vrexil, you begin hooking things up, putting the crystals in these magical circuits and magic circles that you draw with your probably multi-tool, etc., etc. And when you are prepped and ready, I will need you to roll an Arcana check at advantage with guidance and bardic inspiration.
All right. Do
I wonder if you'll fail.
Yeah. Right. Do I roll just the d20s and then add, or should I just roll them all at once?
It's up to you.
All right. We're just gonna go with all of them. Oh god.
It's about a 2-hour or
Mhm.
Oh,
it's about an hour process, I think, or 2-hour process to transfer, to get everything ready and prepped. But then the moment, the actual like grabbing the switch and going whoosh, with a big flash, that's the moment that is happening now. And what'd you roll?
So on the die, better of the two was a 9.
Oh my
Oof.
gosh.
But plus 9 Arcana is 18,
Yep.
plus 3 total from the others for 21.
You only rolled 3 with a bardic inspiration and guidance.
I rolled a 2 on the d6 and a 1 on the d4. That was not great.
The DC was 20.
Oh.
Ooh. That's
And
rough.
you feel that it is successful.
Okay. Ooh.
See,
Braenna,
that was a good start.
Braenna was just sitting cross-legged, just thinking about all the good times she's had with Andrew the whole time.
Now, the bardic inspiration won't be applied to the second one because it'll be longer than 10 minutes.
Yeah, not if I cast it again.
Well, I mean, the whole process of everything, like hooking everything
Yeah, but
up.
you said when the souls switch, they switch instantly. So even with Umbran's shard on the table, he'd still be
Oh,
conscious.
yeah, you can just stay within 5 feet of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
All right.
I would call the rest of my friends in for the second one to just, be there for my emotional support to make sure I don't turn into a monster.
All right. So Soren goes and flies out, and then 2 hours later, after you've gotten everything set up and connected because of the time dilation, the rest of the party will walk in.
Canari like sticks her head in and to Umbran. She just goes, "Do you want Jerome in here?"
Yes.
Okay.
I was worried.
She'll go back out. She'll go back out and get Jerome and bring him in.
Grab Fortuna at the same time because Fortuna's out there as well.
Yeah. Canari like is
like,
trying. Yeah.
Because Fortuna's
She puts
taller
on the
than Braenna.
storm giant or the stone giant belt again, and just heaves Fortuna up and walks in with a hammer and Jerome.
All right. The moment of
Foxy's
flipping
got
the
some
switch.
snacks.
I need an Arcana check with all your bonuses.
You're gonna
And if
do
it's
great.
bad,
Yeah.
bad things will happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Oh no! Oh no!
I rolled a natural 1 and a 6.
Oh no!
Bye, guys.
Plus 9, plus 6, plus 2.
Oh gosh, Joser.
So that is 6 plus 15,
Oh.
21, 23.
Okay.
Oh,
In a flash, Umbran,
I was like,
you
can I
feel...
silvery barbs like again? Or
Umbran, you feel a jolt, and your vision goes blank for a second, just enough to be noticeable, and suddenly you're back. But you feel weird. It's a different feeling. It's not as heavy as before. It feels lighter.
I'm putting these dice away for the rest of the day. Goodbye.
You know, I wasn't-
And during that time, you've almost felt innately, deeply the presence of multiple souls sort of resonating with yours, caring about you.
No, I wasn't conscious the first time this had happened. It's an odd feeling. But I mostly feel the same.
Okay. We'll give it 24 hours, then we'll check back in.
Yes.
If you take a close look at the shadow shard, there's a little silver sliver that is dancing inside.
You had a moment where your eyes kind of went dark.
Oh, yeah. That... It's fine.
Well, I mean, congratulations. You
Part of the process.
you fell asleep. Now you know what it's like.
Drone laughs.
Yes, I suppose he got me there. The second time I've ever been asleep.
First time is death.
The first time was when madness took me and I was incapacitated.
It was more like a coma.
Just a type of sleeping.
As close as you're gonna get.
Yeah. I will need some time to process this, but in that time, Moxie, would you be free to join me in a distortion room for a while? A different
Sure.
one.
Andrew shard is an elemental essence shard fire, right?
Fire, yeah.
Yes.
So I will take that out of my inventory and I will take the new outer essence shard. And this is for you. Umbran holds up the Shadowfell shard to Canari and puts it in your hand.
You feel a spark as it touches your skin.
God. Okay.
You get used to the lightning. It happens.
The what now?
It's fine.
Another one just shoots out and stabs Canari. Okay,
It's
that's
fire
going
and lightning.
That's going in the bag. Okay. I'll keep it safe.
So as Umbran and Moxie walk hand in hand out of the dilation room, Vrexil and Braenna would probably stay behind to get to work on the.
Yeah. Braenna
Sentinel.
takes out the portable hole and wings it out, and then just hauls this large construct, the Gold Forge Sentinel, out. Probably by herself because
Kinda
it's
mangled and
25 strength now.
It's lost a lot of fluids. A lot of its welding points have broken off. Some gears and stuff are missing. And Vrexil, you are so excited.
Braenna pulls it out, and she kind of looks in the bag. Give me just a minute. She's gonna jump in the portable hole to pull out the rest of the stuff that is like fallen off. There's a few more parts that I think you might need. I'm not sure, but Andrew's going in here, so you got to make it real good, okay?
Full up a whole like leg with a hoof on the end.
Yeah. So like as pieces just start like flying out of the hole, like the lab behind Vrexil just slowly starts to morph into something a lot more serious. He's like, oh no.
A mechanics workshop, you got like those lifts that can lift it up.
It's like as every new problem comes up in his head, it's like, oh, we're gonna need this, we're gonna need that. You know, like.
All right.
And I'm here to
Meanwhile-
help. I got lots of strength. I got lots of muscles now. I can help hold stuff and stuff. And I'm pretty good at the forge if
And-
you need it.
Yeah, good at the forge. Can flatten stuff out. And meanwhile, Canari, what are you doing? Choices.
I think Ari was just tending to like general things. I think she's out getting ready for whatever's coming next.
Doing some deep cleans of the armor and of
Yeah.
everybody's stuff.
Yeah, no, I think, I think she's doing that, and then I think she wants to spend some time researching about potential curses and things like that, especially related to like a sudden like crack in like skin and like whatever Moxie's got going on. Like if it's related to a curse or if it's something that's bigger and anything she could get from that.
First of all, I was laughing because I imagined Moxie coming in and taking off her like flip-flops or whatever she's wearing, her sandals for the first time in so long, and you just seeing like the odorous like streaks coming off of it and the flies buzzing around it. And that she comes to hand it to you. You said you'd wash these, right?
Yeah, you know, because open-toe sandals get so sweaty and they smell so bad.
They do.
Their toes all sticking out all the time.
You've been through some real bad stuff. Anyway,
Nari just conjures new sandals.
first research.
Mhm.
Roll me either a Arcana or a History check.
History.
What religion?
I was gonna say, the feat you wrote says religion. Jesus. Okay. There we go. I rolled 2 7s. At advantage. But with a 3 from guidance, that's 19.
Not bad, not bad. You find something, and it is when a mortal vessel has their blood exchanged for the blood of an angel. Eventually, unless there's something done to reverse that process or something, the mortal vessel will just crack and fall apart as the blood and energy of the angel inside is too much for mortal flesh to withstand for too long.
Would I know if a what spell is that?
There are multiple different processes of creating an Azamar, and this is one of the ways that is known to create one with a lot of power, but always temporary. So whoever did this knew that this was not going to last long. Other methods are gods having babies with mortals, or other things.
I could have been a
This has been
demigod, and instead I'm just a blood transfusion gone wrong.
Yeah.
You hate to see it.
You really do.
Sometimes, you know, a deva or something just decides like, hey, your child is going to have my power. And that's that. But this was all done by mortal hands.
It was done by mortal hands. Could it be undone by mortal hands?
With a 19,
Mm-hmm.
you know that it is probably very difficult. Might even be close to improbable. But there is hope. There are powerful magics that mortals can have to be able to undo what has been done, such as the wish spell or something, or a complete new blood transfusion with mortal blood. Full like exchange, like all the blood out, all the blood in. Or finally, the final way is to beseech a god or some other similarly powerful otherworldly being to undo it. But you know that gods are not likely to do things like that, because if you start doing it for one person, everyone's going to want it, and then you got to start doing it for everyone, or else there's going to be jealousy and blah blah blah. At least that's their excuse.
Well, my god loves me.
Apparently, because you have succeeded
Anyway,
twice
no.
on divine intervention,
Right.
which I
Oh
have
my
never
God,
seen succeed.
Special little girl. He'd do anything I asked.
Yeah. So I would know something like a dispel evil and good, like break enchantment.
It would
Because
have to be
Moxie-
dispel evil and good at 9th level, yeah.
At 9th level, it would need. Okay. Because it's, yeah. Because the enchantment, because it's like, she's not technically possessed by a celestial.
No.
But
You
it
would
could be-
essentially
Yeah.
cause all of the blood in her body to just vanish.
So I could kill Moxie in one go.
Yeah. Basically, just like a bloodless husk will remain. But I mean, then, you know, there's things
That's-
you can do with that.
That's fun.
We're really lucky no one high level has tried that so far.
Well, you would need a 9th level to do it. Yeah, that's. Ugh. Okay. Well, I'll write all of that down, and I'll. Canari thinks about like the original wish she had coming in, and how it's changed nearly every level.
Mm-hmm.
And she's hoping this one either sticks or a better solution comes out of the woodwork somehow.
Meanwhile, Braenna and Vrexil. Okay.
Was that? I thought that was an astral shard that we picked up from Cladulius's shop.
Was it?
Yeah.
For
Oh, yeah.
Andrew.
Yeah,
it was
Andrew's
the
in an astral shard, not the
That's-
outer essence shard. We sold that one.
Oh, yeah.
That was the question
Yeah.
I had earlier. I was like, wait, I thought
Yes,
it was
I
the
very
astral shard.
distinctly remember it could teleport you, and then I was looking at the chaotic essence shard and I was like, that's not teleportation.
When I was describing the feelings that you had, I was picturing the astral sea because I thought
Because it's
it was
the astral shard.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because I thought it was outer essence shard parentheses astral.
Yeah,
I'm like,
that
wait, no, no.
means
You're right.
outer essence are the outer
The
planes.
evil, the good, yeah.
Yeah, the planes that go through all the. Yeah,
Yep,
this
it's
one
the
is
astral
the
shroud.
astral sea. Yeah, we got it. We're good. Someone update the wiki.
That was funny.
I think about it all the time.
Maybe I'll make one. I got all your notes. Meanwhile, Braenna and Vrexil, you have spent some time in the dilation room. And eventually, through mending, forging, and all sorts of techniques, and some new techniques that were given to you by the Queen, you were able to get a complete gold forged Sentinel back. It still needs the oils and the liquids and such inside of it for it to move, which if you can't create that in this room because it will just disappear on its way out. So you've had to use your own sort of nuts and bolts and stuff, which you're aware of. And yes, you just got to figure out what to fill it with.
Yeah.
But everything is close to being complete to affix the fire shard, the elemental shard of fire.
Well,
inside of it.
Braenna pulls
a
out her
core.
2 alchemy jugs. Maybe something in here would be helpful.
Ooh.
And you had the fuel! Oh! They just make oil! Oh my god, it works out even fucking better. Wait guys,
Incredible.
give me a second. I gotta refuel
It all
my
comes full
brother.
Refuel my brother.
You
Like
become
when
the
you're playing
full
Breath of the
officer.
Wild, you have to stop to put more carrots into your motorcycle.
Oh my god.
Yes, you are able to produce quality oil here and there.
I can
It's a quart,
do
so it's
2
not too
quarts,
bad.
2 quarts of oil.
Oh, let's see, what else do I have here?
Humans have 5 to 6 quarts, so if you double that, you need at least like 10 quarts of substance to get this thing going. Oil's not going to be enough. It is the lubrication that you need for a lot of processes, and it's kind of recycled.
Well,
So
we got fresh and salt water as well.
Maybe something more magical.
Vrexil just cast the grease spell like 17 times. Every spell slot. I don't have that many
We need
spells.
grease, we'll make grease, don't worry.
But it disappears. It disappears once your concentration ends, so unfortunately that will not work. I know.
I know. I'll put grease into a spell storing item, and then Soren just keeps it up the whole time.
Soren
Forever
will
and ever.
join a union if that happens.
Okay, but what if, hear me out, the Gold Forge Sentinel is the item storing item?
How long
He
would
doesn't
this
have to keep concentration on anything, does he?
How long would this take, Dev?
Filling it up? Not too long.
No,
It's just
the whole thing, because the alchemy jug
Oh, you-
restocks at dawn.
That's true. I mean, you can do this for... It'll take a few days to fill it up with alchemy jugs because it's a quart each time, so you get 2 quarts, so it'll be approximately...
Well, how long did
5
the
days.
rebuilding take?
Oh, like a month.
A month?
Yeah, you guys have been in the
A
dilation
month?
for a month.
Boy.
How much time is that on the outside?
But
bro?
honestly,
Seems
Vrexil
correct.
and Braenna
3
are
hours.
probably the type where they will just like hyper fixate on
That's
their forgery and all that and not realize that happened.
That's
No,
true.
but if, I feel like Braenna and Vrexil know a lot more about each other now.
Yeah. Gosh, I'm trying to think if I have like anything else that I can use to. Not really.
If you were to have the magical blood of a monster,
But Now everyone's all like, okay, who's got blood?
Who's got the blood? Vrexil has a potato of potential,
I do. This is true.
a dragon pox petri dish, little bag of sand,
Would
map
any of
of
this
haunted lands.
gunpowder help? I still got a beaker full of gunpowder.
I still have some gunpowder. That's true.
I have.
Oh my gosh, you have Gearkeeper construct parts.
Oh, do I still have those?
Yeah, from the Gearkeeper.
Yeah, why do we need oil? Let's just make it clockwork. Just dump some water in there. He's
Oh, I do
steam
still have one,
powered.
that's right.
I also
This
still
is my
have.
steam powered brother.
I also still have the oil of etherealness.
That won't work, but that's cool. One set of parts that facilitates heat power. So apparently you have some parts that is a power source.
I believe you hold out on Braenna like this.
And armor plates and stuff.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, like, I assume my Tinker's tools have some of this kind of stuff.
Yeah. You have a scroll of creation.
I do, but that even at maximum, that only lasts. It's like a week or something.
Oh,
I was
does
just
it?
looking it up.
Dang.
Yeah.
Oh,
if I make-
fabricate's the one that makes something permanent.
Yeah, it's vegetable matter that can last up to 1 day, but that was it. So,
Ooh.
yeah.
All right, who's got blood?
I do not have blood, unfortunately. I did
I
not
have
loot through any
fire breath.
giants.
Okay. Mox, Canari,
Yes.
as Vrexil and Braenna come up to you, kind of like asking, like, "Hey, do you have anything?" If they will. If you leave the door open to the training room, time becomes synced.
Okay.
So if you leave it open, you can go and check on things without having to, like, leave Braenna in there by herself for a month. As they are describing kind of what they need, what Vrexil needs, kind of like some magical blood, maybe from something powerful like a dragon or a celestial or something. Do you get any ideas?
No, stop. No. We're not feeding Moxie to the goat.
I don't think we have to feed Moxie, just some of her blood, maybe.
Mhm. Yeah, you know, this isn't a type of something that you need to refuel. It's just it needs fluids to operate on the inside, but magical fluids.
How much do you need of it?
10 quarts.
So is it the full 10 even with?
So you'll need to take a quart of blood from Moxie like every few days.
Oh my god.
That's so much, Dev.
That's a ton.
Well,
Wait,
if we
hold
wanted
on,
to
hold
do
on.
the full blood transfusion, now we know where the other blood goes.
No, you all are overthinking this. So Canari casts Summon Celestial, and Pixis appears.
Pixis appears.
Hey, Pixis.
We're having a blood drive. Do you want to do it?
Well, because Pixis is a large creature,
It's very good, guys.
so
What is it you need?
can we use some of your blood in order to power another member of our party?
He pulls out a blade and he slices open his arm and he says,
Oh,
"I will bleed
Not
for
yet,
you."
not yet, not yet, not yet.
He's just
Sorry.
shifting.
Dripping blood
I will
onto
be
the
Canari.
floor.
Canari
Wasting all
is
the
like
fuel.
bandaged. Yeah, Canari's just like immediately goes medic mode and like
Oh my
is
God.
helping.
I heal when I return to the celestial planes.
Well, that's what I was thinking. And just we don't need to not kill Moxie. We don't need to take.
I probably would have been fine.
Yeah, I don't need 10 quarts.
have several spell. I'm connected to the celestial blade. We're overthinking this entire time.
You do it. It works.
Yes.
You do not need all of it to be blood, so you do mix in some other things to maybe create a mixture that works. With the queen's direction, you're able to do some test runs with like some little doodads and little figurines that beep, boop, beep, boop. And eventually, through a combined joint effort and summoning Pixis a few times, the Gold Forge Sentinel is completed. And it is inert.
Okay, so I have Andrew probably throughout this month-long process, like Braenna would occasionally just pull out Andrew and talk to him and stuff, and be like, okay, how about this design on it, blah blah blah, and like for making it how he wants it and stuff.
Is the hot rod red too much?
I know you make
Add the
actual flames,
or-
but we did paint flames on the
Is
side.
that too much?
No, it reminds me of Braenna's mohawk.
Yes.
It's like fire.
Now he's like, can we get a mohawk on the actual thing itself so he can match?
Yes.
Instantly.
The head becomes more like a Trojan mask with
Nice.
Trojan warrior mask with mohawk, but with still the like rams.
And then once it's finally done and all inert, Braenna will pull out Andrew for the last time. You ready?
Yes.
Okay,
Maybe.
Vrexil,
Not really.
this
but
is
I'm
like
gonna do
your
it anyway.
specialty, so how do
Yeah,
I
yeah.
do...
So, we're gonna make kind of a makeshift forge here. And Vrexil's gonna pull out Soren and as many tiny servants as he can create, and they are all, including Vrexil, going to cast heat metal on. Where does the gem go? Forehead?
In the core.
In the core, okay. So they're gonna have 5 consecutive coinciding casts of heat metal all at once to just make this like an absolute, like, ripping hot center, where it can just be placed in, and then it will solidify around it in a way that it will just be really, really stable. So, but for Braenna, I imagine it's it's like sticking the tongs into a very familiar kind of forge space for you. So Vrexil's just holding the heat metal and waiting for you to.
And you go in from the back, kind of like the nape of its neck, to just sink down into into it with, I don't know, you're probably holding one of those metal clamps. Yeah. And and after some time and some water being poured on it and wet, eventually it remains inert.
Braenna's gonna jump on... After it cools down, Braenna's gonna jump on the back and just start, like, horse girl stroking the side.
Yeehaw! Giddy up!
Be like, Andrew?
Gosh.
It remains inert. Psst. You hear a voice in your head. Psst. Psst. Hey,
Yeah,
hey,
what's up?
bestie.
What's up? What's up?
What if you just hit him with me?
With you? You think that'll work?
I mean, I'm just a hammer, and I believe that hitting things solves all problems.
I mean, you're not wrong. It does solve
Fair
a lot
point.
of problems.
You look over and you see Vrexil using the arcane hand, just like bang, 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 bang.
We call that percussive maintenance.
Braenna is going to take Fortuna and just astride the Sentinel. Just give it a good whack on the flank.
You should probably yell too at the same time. Like, wake up, Andrew.
Yeah.
Or
Braenna does that. I do not do that because Joe is asleep.
yeah. And you do, and when the hammer collides with the skin of the Gold Forge Sentinel, there is a spark and a burst, and suddenly it's like, and the eyes begin to glow red, just like your eyes glow red underneath that helm.
The helm, yeah.
And the wings spread out.
Fortuna,
I'm
we did it!
alive. I am alive.
You say that out
Hello.
loud?
Yeah, he says that out loud.
Oh my
I am
god, that's
alive.
Andrew! Andrew!
Well, if you can call this alive. Braenna, is that you?
Yes, it's me. I'm on
Why
your
do you look
back.
so tiny?
Because you are large. You are bigger than me. It's like the first
You are
time.
10 foot tall, my guy.
You're bigger
Oh.
than me. That's like a first.
And Vrexil looks so puny from here. Oh, Vrexil, you can hear me. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Vrexil, you want to go for a little loop? We can, and Braenna, like, because these the rooms, you make them what you want them, right?
Mhm.
So Braenna thinks, and all of a sudden, it's just like a wide open field. You want to go for a loop?
How
He
about, we
spreads
go
his
for,
wings.
how about we go for a race? Vrexil fires up his.
Oh,
Oh no, I've never flown before.
you could do that too. Oh my gosh.
Wait, it feels almost instinctual. Like I've got the nature of
And-
the beast inside me.
Braenna's going to grasp around Andrew's neck, and it's like
Mhm.
fucking Ratatouille.
Hold the mohawk.
Yes.
Vrexil will
is
cast haste on himself.
Cheater.
Now, be warned. This creature cannot be healed by cure wounds because it is a construct. The only way that it can be healed is essentially through mending.
Here's what I was thinking about that.
Yes.
So I have that one, the weapon that I have the spell on it. Right now it's a spell I can't use because I can't concentrate on a spell. I put like Branding Smite on it. Could I change that spell to mending?
More percussive maintenance.
Yeah, sure, why not?
Okay.
You basically beg Vrexil, please, 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 please.
So one of my hammers now has mending as a cantrip on it.
Nice.
But yes, I'm ready.
You're like, fix it, Felix.
Yeah. Yes. I am ready for
Yes.
rice. Brenda's like, "Ready, set, go," and then she leaves. And this.
You are in
Sen-
control of the Goldforge Sentinel now, so I need the Goldforge Sentinel to roll a dexterity check.
11 the Goldforge Sentinel 11. It's got a big old 1 for a dex check, so that's a 12.
It is not graceful, but it is flying at a speed of
Doing
60
it.
feet
60
or
feet.
120 feet while dashing.
With dashing, yeah. So I go 120 feet per round.
What's your speed with haste, Vrexil?
Well, my ordinary
good
flying
luck.
speed is 60. While haste, that's double to 120. While dashing, it's 240.
Oh my gosh!
Are you gonna pull your punches?
Little Dome goes fast.
It's the arcane propulsion pack. It's just nitro, which is suddenly like the ends like condense.
Oh, and
Funneling effect.
while hasted, I can take an additional action, which I use to dash. As bits of like tools and like probably
300
parts of
feet.
the armor that are not meant to be going at this speed, just like.
Vrexil's
Braenna,
face is like
you-
pulling back from the speed.
As like a wrench comes your way, you just grab the mohawk. You're like, whoa!
Whoa!
And Andrew moves with you. You slide off a little bit because this is just gold, so there's nothing affixing you to it. But you hold
Oh,
on
we
by
gotta get him
by
a
the
saddle.
mohawk.
Yeah.
And eventually, Vrexil doesn't pull any punches apparently, and just wrecks
Oh.
you. And
At some point,
As Vrexil, as you look back, you'll just see Andrew spewing out fire
that's amazing.
as
Yeah.
his fire breath goes off and exhales fire in a 15-foot cone. Each creature would have to make a dex save or take 6d8 fire damage. This is great. I love it so
my
much.
fire-breathing brother.
This is amazing.
and I feel as, I feel as though that I might have some little protections against some of your magical stuff. So, Vrexil, how about you fire off, one of your spells at me?
Okay. From far away. And from many hundreds of feet away, because I have sharpshooter and can do this, I'll try a lightning launcher.
Oh no, it has to be something that we have to do.
Too late.
Like try to avoid it.
Let's try just a first level magic missile.
It has to have a saving throw.
Oh well, fuck.
You just hit him with the magic missile, and you're like, okay, that didn't work.
No.
Braenna's already mending.
Hammer.
What do I write out? Has to have a saving throw. Thunder wave. Sorry, Braenna.
Thunder wave works. What's the DC?
19. Constitution.
19.
You made it. 19 with advantage. And so as the thunder wave hits the form of this gold forged sentinel, it bounces off and ricochets back at you instead. So you need to make that saving throw and also take the damage.
Can I make that saving throw? No, I can't. Alright. This is against magic though, so I have advantage too.
It is.
God.
You guys, Link and Ganondorf smack it back at each other like we're playing tennis.
Yeah. Oh, hey, no, it's exactly a 19, so I take only half of 2d8.
And you are not knocked prone.
Yay!
Nice.
Yeah, I take a little damage.
Okay, I think that's pretty cool.
Andrew, you were pretty
Yeah.
cool in Laugh. You're pretty cool now.
It's just a new type of alive.
In this more different Laugh, you're pretty cool.
Right.
You're a cool dwarf, but you're an even cooler flying golden ram fire breathing.
As long as this isn't permanent,
Now
I'll be great.
once we get
Because
out of
I
here,
really want to have fingers again someday.
once we get out of
Wow,
here,
we can
I'll
make
get you.
fingers.
I'll get you
Those are
back.
R-rated.
I'll get you back. Don't worry about it.
Wait, so what kind of attacks does he have?
Ram,
Also charge to deal some more damage.
charge to damage, and then fire breath.
Now here's a question.
So
Is Andrew attuned to items?
Ooh.
All creatures have 3 attunement slots.
Amazing. Whoa, I'll have to figure
You
that
could
out.
slap your war banner on your brother.
Oh shit!
You slap all the extra runes on him.
Amazing. We might have to do that.
We still have
Or,
the stone giant belt. Or strength of stone giant belt too.
Oh my god, that would be amazing. But I think after the race, Braenna will spend probably, even though we've already been in there a month, Braenna will spend another week and just really get to know all the stuff that Andrew the Sentinel Ram can do, and will gain the Mounted Combatant feat.
I think Vrexil mostly just hangs out, just kind of observing,
Taking down notes.
something that he's made and just kind of being very content in that space. But then before they leave, the very last thing, Vrexil will be like, alright, I have one last test.
Okay.
Breathe fire in.
Takes him into the
And
fire breath.
as soon as he tries, Vrexil's gonna cast Joust on
It's
it.
not an attack.
Or casts a spell.
It's not a spell, it's just fire breath.
Fine, attack me. I want to joust with him.
Joust! That's all I want.
He runs up to you and tries to hit you with his ram.
I race back at him with my 60 feet and cast Joust. Constitution saving throw.
He fails.
Ha!
With a 10.
Oh, with advantage?
Oh gosh! That's a natural 20. It goes back at you.
Joust yourself.
Yep.
The damage.
Oh yeah, let's see, 2d8 force damage. Oh no.
Chris is gonna fucking knock himself out.
15. Flies off the
You
chair.
fly back.
It'll work one day, bud.
And just like skids, but then it just like stands, gets back under the arm. It's just like, you are ready.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Okay, so mechanically, Dev, how does this work?
You have a gold forge sentinel.
So, you were just like rolling all this stuff. Am I going to be doing it normally, or?
Oh, yeah.
And
from now on.
does he have his own initiative, or does he just act on mine?
He acts on yours. I think
does-
mounts act on yours anyway.
Does he have his own? Like, does he do his own stuff, or does he just? Am I just mount? We're just mounted.
He will follow all of your commands, and he will do his best to defend him and your allies. If you issue new commands, and he has to take his turn after yours, immediately after yours.
Cool. I think at some.
But you share.
Yeah.
You essentially share movement, I think.
So it'll be on his movement, which will be 60 feet instead of 40. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Well, I have 60 feet anyway, so it's fine. But he can just dash. Oh, it'll be great. Anyways,
And it's just standard, normal mounted rules, yeah?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Cool. I've never had a mount before in game, so I don't know how it works. It's fine. Cool. So yeah, Braenna spends another week figuring all that out, and has a good time.
Cool thing about being able to joust and knock someone prone is that if they do fail, they have disadvantage on their attack roll. Essentially.
Mm-hmm.
I love that Vrexil's 1v1 may manage Joust Me, bro.
Screw trivia. It's this.
No, Mom, I'm just really into jousting right now.
It's
You
not
wouldn't
a phase, Mom.
understand.
If you would talk to me, Mom, I'd tell you it's not a phase.
That are shutting me down to turn abyssal chickens into soup.
So, I think that, yes, I will attune the Banner of the Krieg rune to Andrew. That was a really good idea. I don't think I have anything else that I can attune to him right now. But... So, yeah. That's all Braenna's stuff. Yeah, now y'all can have some fun.
What else would you all like to do?
Umbran needs to go into a distortion room to reclass.
Yeah, with Moxie. Feel free to
Flashback
roll
1
that
month ago.
Yeah.
All right, feel free to roll with it.
Oh, hey, what's up? How can I help you? How are you?
I have invited you here because I believe you are most likely to know about Adolescence Rebellion.
That's probably a good assumption, yes.
I recently have had a realization about my parental figure, which
Okay.
I do not care for.
Yeah.
I was made as a rogue, and through my own machinations, I chose to learn music instead. I taught myself how to play the lyre, and I would like to teach myself further and remove all influences of what I was intended to be.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, I gave up religion, so and that just kind of helped. But I'm sure I could help in this.
I don't know if you could teach me how to teenage rebellion, or if just having you here would be enough.
Yeah, we'll just, these rooms can get you stuff, right? Because I used to find trumpets in town, and then I would play them at the house, for
Suddenly,
hobby.
the scene around you becomes a street, and there just is a marketplace with an array of trumpets before you.
Oh, sweet. This is just like the one I had back at home before Hawking melted it down and said that bad things come to you at night when you play trumpets. I believed him at the time, but I later learned that wasn't the case. Nothing happens. Moxie has now grabbed several trumpets.
And the town is exactly like the town you grew up in, and you know exactly where the temple is.
Okay, here, come on, let's go.
I will
bet
follow
monastery.
Moxie, trumpet in hand.
grab a trumpet, we'll go be really loud and obnoxious at the temple. So then, like, she'll start walking, but I guess it probably seems like they're just suddenly there, and Moxie
Yeah,
sort of
it seems
just
to
starts,
just speed through.
yeah, running around and then, like, blowing the trumpet into various doors.
Most of the windows are open air windows with some bars and such, and so you can just poke it on in there.
Someone
just hear-
instantly yells, "Moxie!"
Yeah, you just hear it in the distance, just keeps on happening, and for the most part, it's like the Peanuts rules.
Moxie, I don't feel I'm particularly well versed in how to play a trumpet.
You just blow.
I don't know if that's
Both of
it.
you roll me performance checks.
Finally.
Can
My
can
advantage in performing comes in handy.
can Umbran make wind like that? Make
No.
Oh,
Moxie rolled a 12.
It's not bad, but it's not good.
Yeah, I mean, she was going for not good, so...
That's performance 25.
So you start to realize, yeah, you don't need to breathe. You don't have these like sacs of air inside you, but you do need to utilize air and vibrations and sound to speak. And you're realizing like the same thing that you do around your mouth area, you can just put the trumpet real close to it and do the same thing, like right on it. You actually take the mouthpiece off and you just stick the tube in your mouth.
Yeah, that's, yeah. I'm gonna deep throat this trumpet. I hope it's not strange for you. Apparently, that's what God says.
Well,
God
You
said I
don't
have
need
no
to do
lips.
Do you?
No. Umbran has lips. His face is magic. It emotes. He can pucker.
You can pucker.
Made this robot kissable and nobody cared.
oh,
I
no.
cared. It's fine. I'm processing emotions. At first, I did not care for them, and now I still don't. But I suppose they're here.
Yeah, they're like a part of being a person. Sometimes people say, even though, you know, not a person, but you're mostly one, so...
I appreciate how
works
supportive
out.
you've been
you know.
of
We're
me
friends.
and my personness.
Yeah, I'm also a person, remember? So, you know, person's gonna stick together.
I appreciate it.
No problem.
I
If you
guess
want, we can throw tomatoes. That was also fun. I did that a lot. And got
Suddenly, there's a fruit cart walking by, and it's all just full of tomatoes.
I've never thrown vegetation before.
Let's do it.
Tomatoes, get your tomatoes here.
Do we throw them at people or do we
Suddenly,
aim to
there's
injure?
just a bunch of people just walking around. They're spectral, but
Yeah, we could probably throw these tomatoes at these people. I like to
Okay.
sometimes do it into open windows.
Okay. Suppose we'll throw into open windows.
so a whole tomato throwing romp of chaos and menace, mischief, malice. Wait, no.
No, it's
I'm
just-
malice. I do it maliciously.
Moxie's just remembering being a teenager and being a little shit. So,
Accurate.
We spend a full month just being little teenage shits together.
yeah, it's fun. It reminds Moxie of why her wish is doubled down now to make sure that Hawking gets his youth back.
Eventually, you will emerge rebellious.
And better at crushing. Moxie's a bit better at crushing. That was how she got the crusher feat.
Yeah, eventually you started like crushing windows and just breaking
Yeah.
stuff, and
It was a good time.
you all just-
Yeah, Umbran
Yep.
has lost 4 levels of Rogue and instead has taken 3 additional levels of Bard and an extra level of Sorcerer. He is now level 8 Sorcerer, level 4 Bard, and the subclass he chose was Whispers.
Oh, yeah.
So essentially, I've lost Sneak Attack, but I've gained Psychic Blades.
Oh, yeah.
Also, I can now frighten people just by talking to them, and they'll never know.
You tried on Moxie.
No, I'm gonna go try it on Quentin when I get out of here.
I was gonna say Moxie can unfrighten herself pretty easily, so.
No, after the lovely month I've just spent with Moxie, just like Vrexil and Umbran were like way better friends now.
Yeah, I feel like several times Moxie probably was like, Canari, can we get snacks?
We just opened the door for snacks.
Canari's just vibing. She's done everything she needs to.
It's actually just every few minutes.
I am permanently cooking. I just have different rows of like cookies. Just
Occasionally, Braenna will stick her head out. I need some more, like, I don't know, like that's the blood stuff or the
Exist blood.
Yeah.
yeah, Canari's just like casting, like
Cooking and casting.
yeah, just casting spells, cooking things like that. Just like this all like been a month for everybody else, but for her it's been like an hour.
Umbran has gotten a little bit of a rework in his design. Essentially, the magic that, propels him and keeps him alive will also change his appearance based on what it is. So a lot of his, like, harsh lines he had from being a rogue have softened out. He's got slightly bigger eyes, he's got longer lashes, fuller lips. Instead of just a flip at the end, his hair is now a full curl. He has on his new robe of Salvation, which is much fancier than his old standard black robe. His shirt is puffier and has more lace on it. His hips are a little bigger, his thighs are a little bigger. His feet have a little bit of a thinner heel and a little more pointy to them. He just looks a lot more bardish, as well as he's wearing clunky bracelets that jingle when he walks.
He's like, I will be silent no more.
It's completely dropped being a rogue. He's a bard and a sorcerer now. He's also, he's essentially, to put it the best way, he's been yassified. So there's a picture on my Twitter if anybody does want to go see it.
Nice.
He's even fancier.
You all just somehow exit all of the rooms at the same time and enter this central area.
Braenna comes out on the giant metal goat
Yes.
ram flying.
Oh.
Hello, everybody. This is my new form.
Guys,
Oh my God,
it's
it's hot.
Andrew. It's Andrew.
Specifically, how tall is Andrew and how far up off the ground is Braenna?
So it's a large creature, so Braenna is at least 5 feet off the ground.
It's taller. The flank is taller than Braenna.
His head is probably about, 8 feet up.
Because Braenna's only 4'8",
Body
so
about
it's
5 or 6, and
so,
its wings just taking up the rest of the large space.
This could be so great, guys. I can fly, and if things are smaller than Andrew, they're going to be so much easier to hit. I.e., I have
And I don't
advantage
need
on
to breathe, so
everything.
Braenna can just toss me in the hole whenever she doesn't need me.
That is true. That is one of the best things of being a construct. I can confirm.
Can we be construct buddies now?
Yes. What do people think of the new look? I'm unsure of it. I've never
Moxie loves
changed this
it.
much.
You had a whole scenario with Moxie during this month of going to a mall.
Yeah. Also important part of being a teenager. We gotta hit the ball.
They somehow conjured up like a '90s teen rom-com, oh shoot, montage
Frickin-
of changing on things.
she's all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're essentially at least putting on like different outfits, but the outfit we end on is almost identical to the one he had before, just like a little frillier, and we're like, that's it, that's the style.
Ari's working at the Cinnabon.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
You all seem different. Even just spending some time here. It's only been probably a full day-ish. This is probably about nighttime for your first day in the stay.
Well, we didn't want to stay too long anyway, right?
No, we're far enough behind. I'd be surprised if Team Lich is still in level 5. Real quick, I do just want to talk to Quentin.
Quentin appears. Hello.
Quentin, if I could have a minute of your time, I just need to know how the state of House Silveronia is doing. And as I explain all the things I would like him to check in for me when he's out in the real world, I would like to use my, what's it called?
Whispers of Terror.
My Whispers of Terror on him.
Oh no.
Also, for my ability score improvement, I took 2 more charisma. So my spell save goes up.
What is your DC?
My DC is currently... I got my psychic words of terror. It's a DC 17.
You rolled a 15.
Yes. He's now frightened.
At the end of this, you just see that Quentin is like, his hands are shaking. There's beads of just like cold sweat on the sides of his head. And he's backing up from Umbran and
yes, if you could
yes,
just check in on all that, I'd truly appreciate it.
I can do all of that for you, yes. Please don't hurt me.
That went great.
And then he poofs and goes and does all your requests.
He's so weird.
I know, so strange, that man.
Looking very good, Umbran.
Thank you. I feel different, but I'm sure we'll get used to it in time.
And
It looks like a lot more delicate, like a lot more fragile.
yeah, that's a good line to go to break on.
Beautiful. We will be back in 10 to 12. Bye!
Hello everyone, I'm gonna do yoga tonight, but before that, let's play some D&D.
Ugh.
What?
I'm looking at all the stuff I can do now and it's crazy.
Alright.
Now you know how Umbran feels constantly, every second of the day. There's just so much.
Before you venture out into the next level, which you will see at the kind of like end of this large space, there is the big ol' sign that says level 6, the ruins of madness. When you get close enough, the announcer's voice comes out and actually narrates it too, exactly like that.
Do we have an announcer?
Only when you get to these levels.
Okay.
But before you venture back out, is there anything else you would like to do? Reminder, you have taken long rests. All of your items have reset. You are fresh and renewed. And also, everyone has gotten new besties.
New besties.
Except Canari. Canari wasn't in the month-long stays.
Does anybody use an arcane focus that would be interested in getting a boost to their spell attacks?
Hi, what's up?
I have a attunement slot that I swapped at the level up that I'm not using.
How big? Is it a +1 or?
It's a +2 bonus, but it's to spell attack rolls only. It's not to your spell DC. It does not require attunement.
So technically, your Shadow Blade is an attack roll.
Yeah.
It would benefit that.
Ooh.
I mean, can you put it on, because I have a Bloodwell Vial +2.
No, I have to put it on a mundane item. I have to take a non-magical item and make it magical.
Okay. Would it work for my bard spells? Do I need different? Because technically you cast bard spells, they're instruments, so I have a lyre. Could you put it on that?
I'm sure, yeah, I can put it on that.
Yeah, if you just have a normal lyre, it works.
Cool. Does D&D Beyond know that?
I don't know how D&D Beyond does it, but what you can do is Umbran. I think there's a wand called a Fernian Ash.
I mean, does D&D Beyond know that if I have different focus eye equipped?
Okay.
I personally just ignore the, like, if you are just holding on to it while you're casting a spell, I count it as the benefits. So it's like if you have something that gives you a benefit as a spellcasting focus and then something else that gives you a benefit as a spellcasting focus, you can just use both of them at the same time as a spellcasting focus.
So for my bard spells, they do go through my Bloodwell Vial?
Yeah,
what you said?
Oh, so your spells go through the Bloodwell Vial, not just your sorcerer spells.
So then all my bard spells get a boost too, yeah?
Yeah, from the Bloodwell Vial.
How do I tell D&D Beyond that?
I think it already does it.
I
It
don't
added
think-
a +2 to your DC
Well,
and your spell attack. Otherwise, it would be separate.
Would my Words of Terror not have a 19 DC then?
It would, but that's not a spell. So it doesn't apply the +2.
Could I wait just to back up on this conversation? This is
Okay.
an arcane focus. Does arcane?
Arcane focus isn't spellcasting focus. Those are the same thing, yeah.
Okay, I just didn't know if arcane really meant like the old school version of like wizard, sorcerer, warlock only, or if that meant anybody.
Okay, then
Technically-
no, unfortunately.
Technically, an arcane focus, yes, it would have to be. If it says arcane focus, it would have to be someone who casts arcane spells.
You couldn't slap it on my implement, could you, to make my implement more dope?
No, it's got to be non-magical.
Yeah. All right. Never mind.
Oh, then I suppose not. Thank you for the offer, though.
All right. Cool. Going back to another field thing. Anyway, sorry, I should have asked that during the break. I was just thinking about it, like, oh.
All right. Are you ready? Just a swirling portal awaits you.
Let's go.
As you're about to charge in, Quentin reappears.
God damn it.
Moxie's already got like 1 foot through the portal, and she's like, quick, the madness is tingling my toes.
Umbran, you look fantastic. I don't know why I felt so like perturbed by you yesterday, but
It's a new look. It's a new hairdo.
yeah.
And a lot more sparkles. So-
Anyway, I have a gift for the 4 of you. Braenna, sorry, this gift does not apply to you. And he gives each of you a potion. This is Moxie doesn't get one either. Just the 3 spellcasters. These are potions of mana. Allows you to regain a spell slot. Kind of a random spell slot to the 5th level or lower. But it should help. I found out that these were the secrets. The secret of the other teams who were regaining spell slots more often than they should have.
Well, thank you, Quentin. We truly appreciate you
I
stepping up
found-
to learn what the other liaisons are doing.
Yes, just doing my job fantastically as always.
Finally.
And he adjusts his glasses. Just don't die out there.
We'll do our best.
And I bought these with my own money, so
Oh.
I love the gratitude. I would love some gratitude. It was very
Yeah.
expensive. But
You
I'm
really
gonna try to
talk
get
to your
sponsors.
employer.
I'm gonna try to get sponsors for more.
That would be wonderful. Thank you, Quentin.
Wish me luck. And
Ari will, how tall is Quentin?
Don't
Not
do it. Don't
wasting
sell
my wish
yourself
on
out,
that.
you.
he's like 6'2". He's a beanpole.
Yeah, I think Canari just gets on her tiptoes and kisses his cheek as she runs in.
Immediately, just he's red, he's sweating. It's almost the same reaction that he had to Umbran yesterday.
I do it too, but I have to jump.
Moxie just kind of glares at him and does this before going through.
Braenna's been digging around in her bag. Guys, I was thinking about eating this potato. It's just been sitting in my bag for a long time. Braenna,
Would you like to eat it now and we can see what happens?
I kind of want to. What do you think?
I'm gonna save it for an opportune moment when I'm like, you know what would fix this situation? A potato.
I sold mine for a shit ton of money. So
I might also just
feel
do
free
that.
to
I
do with your
haven't decided.
potato as you choose.
I
I'm gonna.
think... Go ahead.
As this is going on, I'm gonna cast Aid at a 4th level for Moxie, Braenna, and myself.
What does that add again?
15 hit points to your max.
There we go.
I think
You bite the potato.
I do. I think I would. It's just been sitting in my bag forever, and I want to eat
And
it.
technically, Andrew could eat the potato too now.
Okay, here we go,
I'm
guys.
just so hungry.
Here we go. I got a D10. Hoping for that 0. Fuck. Fuck, fuck, fuck. That's
That
a
doesn't
1.
sound good.
That's a 1.
Oh.
Oh no.
That's a 1.
Oh, yeah.
Give me a D100!
Heck yeah.
I back
It's gonna
up.
be a
I back up
fireball.
as far as I can.
It's gonna be a fireball.
We run.
30.
God, I hope you turn blue. So much.
Okay, I got it for
Wait,
you. I
what
got
was
it for
the-
you.
What was the number?
30.
You said 32?
No, 30 with the 0.
30
Oh,
even.
30?
It's fucking boring
Suddenly-
as hell.
You teleport
no.
60 feet back
Okay.
off of Andrew,
Little way
And
so
he
much
goes,
tighter.
and the potato is now a mundane potato.
My condolences, Braenna.
Braenna eats the rest of the potato. Fuck. Oh, well.
It was a gamble.
It was. I was just never gonna do anything with it during battle, so I figure I may as well use it now.
Mhm.
Gone.
Excuse me. Number 4, you begin to ooze out of your pores and around your body, and you are under the effects of freedom of movement for 1 hour. Like, that's great.
Would
Number
that
2, you
use-
grow 1 size larger.
I can't wait for
Yes.
when I finally eat mine and then I get a 6, so I gain telepathy to 16.
Finally!
Yes.
Finally, I can talk.
The
to people's
ooze
heads.
could be used to lubricate Andrew.
Andrew? Yeah.
I told you we should have made Andrew eat it.
Anyway,
Braenna scrambles back up on Andrew. Hey guys, Andrew and I've been working on this, and I have him like do this show.
Show
Show horse walk.
Show pony. Brilliant.
cut it down.
We've been practicing. I'm really good at this now. Watching she
Oh
like,
god,
she
I
like
wish
does.
Patsy was here. They would know what that's called. What's horse dancing called?
Dressage.
Dressage. It's a beautiful dressage.
And
All right.
Braenna like stands up on Andrew and is like doing all these fancy things and like swinging Fortuna around. We practice a lot. It's going to be great when we go and fight stuff, guys.
Yes.
And you all hop through the portal.
Oh, we hadn't got to the portal yet.
No.
You find yourselves in front of a massive stone doorway that shuts immediately as you pass through, around 20 feet in diameter. And it is at the center of this large room, a platform. And you see that maybe about 50 feet out from you, there's a little precipice, an edge that you can look over.
I
and
stare into the abyss.
the door,
It's back.
the near the doorway are two special receptacles with tubes leading into the doors and large basins that seem to await being filled, attached to this massive door. And nearby all of this is a rack of really strange, otherworldly devices with tubing and what seem to be crystalline storage compartments in the back. Umbran goes up and looks over the edge. Give me an investigation check. Or perception.
16 plus some numbers. Let me go find my numbers. Investigation. That's a 22. Yeah, that's numbers 22.
As you look down, you do see nearby that there is the start of a staircase that seems to spiral down a central column that is holding this large platform up into darkness below. You will also see that there are strange etchings on the walls. The walls are probably another 20 feet out from this edge.
Do these etchings looks to be like letters?
It
Like a
seems to be
language?
some sort of language. What languages do you speak again?
I speak Undercommon. No, I'm so sorry. I speak. Oh, what's it called? I speak deep speech, and my docent speaks several languages. Go grab docent's languages.
Congrats, it is deep speech.
Woo! Finally pays off!
Hell yeah.
Only every time it's worked against that one beholder we saw.
You squint, and you make out almost a series of instructions repeated over and over again.
I read the instructions.
To open the gates, fill the basins to its brim with our blue blood. Vrexil, would you like to inspect anything? The large basins and the big ol' containers and tubes that are connected to the doorway, and then there are these strange devices nearby.
Definitely interested in the devices. But does like blue blood and deep speech, does that ring any bells for Vrexil?
Yeah, anyone who wants to can roll an Arcana check for that, as it is
Ooh,
otherworldly
good.
knowledge.
That's a 2. Plus 6 is an 8.
Despite knowing deep speech, you've never met an aberration that you have been able to learn much from.
23.
23. You are recognizing that there are a few species of creatures that you've read about or come across. A particular species of creature, a couple of them, seem to have blue blood. All aberrational.
My guess is mind flayers.
Yeah. How about these interesting devices?
Give me an investigation check.
I have advantage on those. 18.
As you're inspecting them, you're looking over. They definitely have an alien design, but the function, familiar. These are vacuums.
Oh.
Now,
You said there was crystalline vials? Like, how big are these vials?
crystalline storage container, and you realize as you're investigating that these can be
What?
affixed.
Vials?
These can be
Size
affixed to your backs. There are tubings and such that can turn these into almost like backpacks.
Are we all turning
Ghost-
into
Luigi's fucking
Ghostbusters?
mansion.
Yeah, we're gonna Luigi's Mansion this.
I went to Ghostbusters, but
Yeah, same.
I just assumed Dev. And,
Yeah, because of the spoilers.
right.
All right.
All right,
Vrexil.
suit up, guys.
I mean,
Impact for everyone.
I just need a general intelligence check.
everyone roll that?
Well, just Vrexil. Unless anyone else wants to do an intelligence check for this.
I'll do it. I've got
Somebody
decent
else
int.
should roll it too.
I've got 50, just straight int.
Yeah, just straight int.
Straight up
Remember,
int is an 18.
ooh, your all-purpose tools does have guidance prepared, doesn't it?
I'll cast
Oh.
guidance on.
No, I would have waited for today. I don't know what I want it to be on today yet.
All right.
I'll cast guidance on Vrexil.
Hey,
Let's see if that works.
I might get to double digits.
Umbran, you are definitely getting the sense that, like, we need to use these to get the blue blood into the basins.
Yeah, I'd already figured that out. I didn't need to
Yeah.
roll for that.
I rolled a 12.
Total?
Rough, yeah.
I explained how vacuums work to Vrexil.
You
In the same
explain.
context, I explained making automatons.
Vrexil's like way overthinking this. Vrexil is like, you know, the lines of yarn everywhere, just like they have to be like a secret code. He's trying to like uncipher the vacuum.
However, Umbran, there's one other little piece of information you glean.
Yeah.
These large storage basins connected to this large gateway hold probably exactly 100 liters
100 liters.
of fluid.
Between
Between the two, yeah. So 50 and 50.
Okay.
Which, if you want to know, it's a little over 26 US gallons.
The odd number.
Then
How much does a backpack look like it holds?
it appears to hold 20 liters.
And there's 5 of us.
Vrexil, as you explore these vacuums a little bit deeper, you realize that they have some other functions to them, and they have a special magical conduit that makes them nearly, or they are always only 10 pounds, no matter how much is filled within.
Nice.
And I want everyone to add mystical vacuum to their inventory. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna do something fancy with it. Don't add it yet.
Say we just hook them all onto Andrew and he'll be like a mobile blood machine.
It's the fucking the vacuum from the Teletubbies.
I wasn't expecting Teletubbies. Came out of nowhere.
All right, so I
broke
just
Yuri. I win.
Oh yeah, I can just. I made it so that each of the mystical vacuums have 20 charges, so that you can keep track of how many liters they have.
Oh god.
That's fine.
Mystic vacuum.
Wait, so we each get one?
Yes. Luigi's Mansion.
Poltergust 3000.
Poltergust.
And here's the game. That's the game.
Luigi's Mansion.
Collect blood and return it to this basin. Get the total 100. Fill all of these vacuums up to its brim. Also, of course, the map will have some dangers. So, I need everyone to look at the owlbear. And look at the left
Oh.
side of the map.
You said owl bear. I thought you said the elder, and I was like, oh no, already?
Yeah, same.
Look at the elder.
Oh
The
god,
Elder
just
Brain is our
started.
first boss.
I was really worried.
All right, so on the owl bear, because the bear sound too. On the left,
Bear.
you'll see that this symbol, where your little purple little aura is
That's us.
both the start and the exit. Now you're not sure if the other teams started here and exit here or somewhere else. But there's another type of hex that you might enter. A puzzle hex. So if you see this puzzle, or you see this symbol, you will have to solve a puzzle.
What symbol?
for a reward. If you look on the left side of the owlbear map,
Oh,
Oh.
Yes.
I see the. Okay.
It's like a book.
if
I
you
was
see
just too zoomed
this
in.
symbol, there's gonna be a monster to fight. And all the way at the top of this column, if you see this symbol, you will have found yourselves a deadly event.
That was my nickname in college.
There is one more symbol that your characters aren't aware of, but you'll be aware of. Up at the top of the map. The Mad Lord.
Oh.
Oh,
So, if you
That's
find
fine.
that...
you win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a big boss
You-
fight, and then they just let you go.
That's how you get to the next level of the generated map, and then we just rogue it all again until.
It's actually like Pac-Man. If you go off this side, you come back on the same. And the other teams are also here. So every time you finish a square, all teams will move. You will choose which way you're moving. The other teams, I'm gonna roll a d6 to see where they're moving. And we'll see what happens.
Okay. I
Hell
found
yeah.
stairs leading. I saw stairs leading down. Did I see where those stairs start on the main level?
Yeah, just over there.
Okay. I would like to inspect the construction of these backpacks to see if we were to fall, if it will break. Like how sturdy they are.
They are incredibly sturdy and lightweight.
Okay.
It is not glass, it is a strong, reinforced crystal.
Do we
Almost
want to
diamond-esque.
just put them on now, or should we?
Moxie's already got hers on. She's
Mhm.
ready.
Okay.
Brain's ready to go.
Tied up your hair.
I have to put mine on.
She somehow got a
Under-
jumpsuit as
Bro.
well that just has an overhead. I don't
Yes.
know where it came from, but she's in it.
How did you,
It's just
how did you
unzipped
embroider
really.
it so quickly?
This is canon, everybody.
I mean, to be fair, I do have weaver's tools, so you know the mood just struck her.
I can do things.
Yeah, I have weaving tools.
Should I take off my backpack to put on a new backpack?
Backpack.
Double backpack.
Seems a little odd, but I don't know. I don't worry about it. I just character design we'll work on later.
Yeah, they're backpacks, you know, like in any other game where you're definitely carrying like a
Definitely
stack
have
of 99, but you don't have any backpack on.
So,
Exactly.
you know what? I don't have any pre-generated battle maps.
The way that Umbran's backpack
like-
works is it's a really small backpack and it goes on before he puts on his cape because his cape has that gigantic bow on the back of
Yeah.
it to make him easy to see on television. Which is if you're designing a main character in a game, they should be easy to see on the screen. That's why he's got the big bow so you can find him on when he's on TV.
He's just so perfect.
Thank you. I put a lot of
Um,
love into him.
If Braenna and Andrew fly up into the air, can we see anything? Or is it all like fog of ward?
It is all. So you're just in this tower. So there's a roof, and there doesn't seem to be any exits large enough for Andrew to get through, or to even like make out anything. But if you were to fly down, kind of follow the stairs, you would just see inky darkness until you probably got about 60 feet from the ground, because I think that's dark vision's limits. Canari, however, would be able to see in this
Yeah.
tower all the way down.
Do I see
And
any-
it just
yeah.
it's just an ancient tower, long abandoned, dusts, cobwebs, no sign of life. And let me know when you exit this building.
Well, should we go? We don't want to get even more further behind.
Yes, certainly now that the clock is actually ticking, we should make our way. Making our way.
Everybody hop
Andy-
on the carpet.
Yeah.
I'm good now. I'll just fly on Andrew.
Okay.
But what, Moxie, Umbran, and I on the carpet.
Yes, we'll
Vrexil
yeah.
and
Yeah,
Braenna have their own means of flight.
we do.
One day my griffin will be large enough. But
You
probably not
should have
until
brought the
after
griffin
this.
in with you and Umbran when you were in the thing.
Oh.
Yeah, but then I would have had to have like gone and I would have had to have taken him with us from the last checkpoint, and I didn't want him to get hurt in the giant fight.
a valid concern.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
right.
and
So maybe you can pick him up when we're in the.
it's
next
hard to
check.
gauge.
Next.
Yeah.
As you all fly down to the base, you do see a large archway leading out of this magnificent dark steel tower.
Should we pick a direction to go, or should we roll for it?
As you leave the building, here's what you see. A ruinous wasteland shrouded in the absolute darkness of the underworld, spread out through this massive, echoing cabin. Peering around and taking in the surroundings, your vision only reaches into darkness, and you are uncertain of the extent of the size of this space. The heavy, oppressive weight pushes down on your shoulders, and the howling winds cause any sound not in your immediate surroundings to be muted. Sometimes only muffled roars and screeching coming from beyond. And you are not sure whether it is just another sound of this abyss or a monster lying elsewhere in these ancient ruins. As you're walking out, a cold drop of water hits Moxie's nose from above, and another falls to your right, Braenna. And you, Vrexil, surmise that this cavern must have stalactites above at some indeterminate distance from you, dropping natural condensation down onto you from the roof. As to the source of water, you do hear amidst the roaring of the winds, or the whistling of the winds, the roaring of a wild river, which offers a constant noise in the background. Nearby, but not out of sight. And by nearby, I mean like probably within like a couple miles or so. Every so often, lights flash indiscriminately in the darkness, offering nothing more than small flashes of hope before dissipating and the darkness returns. So basically, your dark vision's great, but you won't be able to see anything beyond the dark vision. Only deep into the inky darkness of an underworld world, underground world untouched by light. What would you like to do?
Should we just pick a random direction and go, or do you guys want to have a thought?
I mean, I don't really know that like trying to do survival or anything would help here, would it?
You can roll it, see what you glean.
Okay. What is it? That's only a 12.
You get the sense that the water is coming from maybe a larger river source, or a larger river to the. You don't really have any sense of direction, but that way, to the right of where you are at on the map.
Okay, well, water's coming from there. Should we head that way, I guess?
Okay, let's go.
Might as well.
All
At the
right,
moment,
so
we don't have anything else to go on.
there's up to the side here, down, this way. I don't know if you can see my little marker.
Toward whichever direction we hear the river the strongest.
Northeast?
Yeah. So there.
Okay, right?
Yeah, you have to either go this way or this way.
This way.
All right.
Northeast it is.
Northeast. As you begin walking through this inky darkness, this is what occurs. Where is my fog tool? There it is.
Immediately, the Mad Lord.
I was wondering.
All right. Do you see it revealed?
Yeah.
A
Nothing.
space, and boom! It's a puzzle.
Oh,
So I need someone to roll me a d12.
just anyone? Oh, I don't have one of those out.
Go over. So go.
There you
Do
go.
you wanna? I've
Oh, try it again.
10.
That's a 6.
As you are walking along, you see this strange ruined structure that might have been a crypt, a vault, some sort of large stone building whose door is large and steel, of this dark steel. And as you all approach it, the door swings open, and you all begin hearing a strange murmuring coming from inside. And as you get closer, Canari, you peer inside, now that you're 300 feet away, and you see a large, just monstrous mouth, almost like a giant pimple in the side of this, the inside of this crypt building. Just, it's just like a lips, and it's probably like a large sized mouth. Like if this were on a being or something, it would probably be like a huge or gargantuan creature. The mouth itself is large, and it's just like this drooling, slopping, like lips and tongue and teeth, just murmuring and gibbering, maddening whispers that draw you all in as you begin to hear it. So I need everyone to roll initiative.
Wow, great puzzle.
It's not a monster. I'm just using initiative to organize things.
Is the initiative tracker out?
No, I'm just gonna keep track of it. All right. All right. Did anyone roll over a 20?
21.
I got 20.
We're not even in combat, and you roll.
The
This
only
is a
time
good
I
roll.
roll well,
Yeah.
right?
All right. So Umbran first. Canari. Okay, 15 through 20.
19.
Mm.
Braenna, Umbran, Canari, Braenna. And then 10 through 15.
10.
And Vrexil, what'd you get?
6.
Gosh, the person we'd want to go first on a puzzle round goes very last.
I can puzzle. I am second highest int in party.
It's true.
You all start 300 feet away from this mouth, and I need Umbran. Make an intelligence saving throw.
I'm great at this. It's a joke.
We're gonna die.
6.
No.
What is your movement speed?
My movement speed is 30 feet,
All right.
and
you
I
move-
can dash as an action. But
You are
no
not compelled to
longer as
dash.
bonus. All right, walk forward because I need to get closer to the puzzle to see it.
You walk 30 feet forward.
My
Sorry.
dark vision is 120 feet, so I'm going to be walking for a bit before I know what's over there.
Canari,
Mhm.
mesmerized by this mouth and the sound it's making, I need you to roll an intelligence saving throw.
Three.
What's your movement speed?
30 feet.
You move 30 feet closer to this mouth. And the building inside. Now, Braenna,
Mm-hmm.
You good to go.
So that's a 5 on the int save, but the little fox around my shoulder says, "Oh no, that's not right." And I
You
succeed
succeed.
on the intelligence saving throw.
And you just see your allies kind of walking forward.
And what are you guys doing, Andrew? Do we need to go up and? What's going on?
There's a puzzle over there, and I can't see it with my 120 feet of dark vision, so I do have to get closer to it.
And now roll an intelligence saving throw for Andrew.
Oh.
Are you on Andrew?
I'm always going to be on Andrew now. That's
All right.
the question is, are you not on Andrew? And the answer is no.
Okay.
So according to the stat block, he has a 3 int. Is that actually correct?
Let's change that to 10.
Okay. So he rolled an 11.
If anything is below 10 on the Sentinel, it will be a 10.
He's got
Alright, so he
16 whiz,
moves-
10 charisma, but 3 int. I will
What is
make
his
it
60 feet? Or what is his flying speed? Is it 60 feet?
60 feet, yeah.
He begins flying forward,
Andrew, what are you doing?
speeding ahead of the rest of you. I don't know. I just need to get closer. Don't we?
I don't think so. Maybe. I don't know.
Moxie,
What
roll
did
intelligence saving throw.
what did Braenna have any thought besides from the insight fail? Sorry.
Six.
You just think that the sound is weird.
Okay.
You don't understand it.
Okay, sorry. Go ahead, Braenna.
16.
16?
Yeah.
Moxie, what is your movement speed?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
It's 50 feet.
All right.
Oof.
You run 50 feet forward.
Okay.
You're like, oh, Andrew wants to race. You just
I'm
feel
gonna
compelled.
win, so.
All right, Vrexil, your turn.
Small gleam in Vrexil's eye at that sound. Is this a magical effect? Do I have advantage?
It technically is not a magical effect.
23.
You move your movement speed closer.
What?
Oh no.
So I guess no one's saving then?
Does the queen's effect kick in?
It does. Vrexil, you shake your head, and you're like, wait, what is everyone doing?
Yeah, the queen just kind of is like, I don't, the queen's not really sure what's going on. I was like, maybe you don't want to follow your friends that way. And so Vrexil's kind of
Braenna's like looking back. Vrex, what is going on? What?
Back to
Andrew-
the top of the round, Umbran. Roll me an
Umbran
intelligence saving throw.
cannot beat a 23.
Uh-oh.
So I guess he just fails.
Umbran, you move 30 feet closer.
Can anyone beat a 23 aside from Vrexil?
That's a good question.
No,
Canari,
Yeah.
do you... All right.
I can't. The highest I can roll is a 21.
All right. Canari,
22 is as high as Umbran can get.
you move 30 feet closer.
And
Braenna.
I can only move. I can't do anything else.
Correct.
I hate puzzles like this.
Braenna!
Don't you love puzzles? You can't. You're not
Well,
allowed
just-
to win.
There's no ability to succeed. That's
Braenna,
So it did save last time.
you just can take your turn as normal.
Vrex, what do I need to like? I can't. Andrew's going by himself.
What can Vrexil see from where he is presently?
You have 60 feet of movement, so you can see just on the edge of your vision is where Braenna is now, as she has launched herself 30.
Jeez, okay, so
Or-
nothing.
Andrew has launched herself 60 feet. Yep. You just see all of your friends just striding forward.
And
compelled
Braenna in a panic.
Yeah.
I don't know what's in there.
Should I maybe? Can I? How far
Canari,
away?
you can answer.
Oh, I can do that? Okay.
It's just compelling you to move forward and then making you end your turn. But you can talk.
Cool, that's fun. Giant mouth. It doesn't look like it's a monster or anything. It just is a mouth that keeps talking, and I can't stop moving forward.
So I'm 240 feet out because I'm on Andrew.
I'll need Andrew to make another intelligence saving throw. Once you're all done with your turn, you can take your turn in full now.
If Andrew's got a 10 int, he can't pass it either.
He can't.
Yep.
No. But right now, with Andrew's 60 movement speed, that puts me at 240 away. Correct?
Yes.
Okay. None of my stuff reaches that far. I can't do anything yet. I'm staying with Andrew. But I'm not... I'm debating if I'm going to hit this mouth that is supposedly in front of us that I can't see yet. When I can get close enough. So that is my plan. So Andrew
right.
fails, so now we are 180 feet away.
All right, Moxie, your turn. Can you succeed?
I mean, if I roll a 20, I could succeed, right?
Yeah.
Like a natural 20?
Yeah.
No, I rolled a 13, however, so.
All right, you move 50 feet forward. You're just Naruto running ahead.
Yeah.
Naruto running to your doom.
Woo!
So you're 200 feet out.
Yeah. I guess if I'm running and dashing?
No.
Just running.
Just running, so I'd only be 100 feet.
Yep.
There.
You are 100 feet forward, 200 feet away.
Got it, yeah.
All right. Vrexil, your turn. You can take it as normal.
Gosh.
Can you help? Can you help them save?
Yeah, I'd say I'm gonna try and I'll move my full jetpack speed forward to get as close to everybody as I can, and I'll try and use my signature move to dispel this effect on everybody.
All right.
I mean, this DC is ridiculously high, but what the heck?
Sure.
So start with Andrew, I guess.
Is he within range? I mean, you can move pretty fast. How far ahead are you moving?
I'll go the full 60.
All right.
How close does that put me to various folks?
60 feet away from Andrew. You are right on par with Canari. 40 feet away from Moxie. Right on par with Umbran. And that's it.
Oh, no. Okay. So I can only affect Canari and Andrew with this. It's a 30-foot.
No. Andrew is 60 feet away. Moxie is 40. Canari and Umbran are right at the same line as you.
Oh, sorry. Canari and Umbran then are
Yeah.
the only two that I can try this on. Because, yeah, it's a 30-foot range. Okay. Yeah, give it a shot. This is an int save, yeah?
Mhm.
Okay, okay. I already rolled, so I know what the roll is. Should I say who it is that I'm aiming for first?
Yes.
Okay. I was gonna say Umbran, but it was a 27.
So you're targeting Umbran?
Yeah.
Umbran, you no longer feel compelled to walk forward.
Okay.
I can that go to Canari instead? Because if this is a magical effect, my Cloak of Salvation will teleport me out of it.
Oh no, that's only area of effect spells. And effects. It's
Yeah,
not
what
something...
is this not the area of effect 300 feet from it?
No, it's not. It doesn't apply to this.
Okay. Well, we'll try it on Canari too. So.
Okay.
25.
Canari, you snap out of it.
Okay.
So it's just Moxie and Andrew now.
That I changed an infusion at the level up. That was probably the difference maker there. That's my action. I've moved. that's it, I guess.
Oh, okay. Okay. Sorry. What would I do? Okay.
All right, Vrexil, once you're done, it will be Umbran's turn. So
Go for it.
How does it work if two effects? If you have an effect that is drawing you to something and an effect that makes you frightened of another thing, how does that play out?
whatever is the more powerful magic
Damn it. Okay, that's not gonna work then.
or effect.
I was like, if I frighten Andrew, he'll fly away from me, away from this thing.
Yeah.
I have one other idea. It's not a monster. Can we confirm or deny that the mouth is a creature?
Canari, roll me a perception check.
That is a 16.
It doesn't appear to be a monster. It appears to be some strange, otherworldly growth.
Maybe if we can get the door shut, they'll stop. I don't have a teleport that'll get us far enough away from this thing.
I can warp people if they're willing, and if they're not, they can fight it. I can move people pretty far with that.
I'm imagining you all just like shouting to each other in this, or I don't know. Can you speak in each other's minds yet?
I know message.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, and we're all right next to each other right now,
Oh yeah, you are.
or at
The
least
three of you.
Umbran, Canari, and I are.
Yeah, so you're
It's
like
based on
in a little hovel.
It's based on sound, and I didn't take silence.
I have dispel magic.
Only spells.
Well, shit.
And this isn't a spell. It's not. Oh my god! I don't know what to do.
So, some of my puzzles, most of my puzzles, won't actually have like a solution. It will be, here's a situation, and you can solve it however you want, if it works.
Well, Braenna, you see her starting to pull out her implement of benevolence, by the way.
I give Bardic Inspiration to Moxie and hope that she can roll good enough, because I don't know what else to do.
Right.
I move 30 feet of my own volition to keep pace with Moxie.
Is this something where we're being charmed, or?
No, it feels a little familiar, almost as if it's some sort of maddening. It's kind of like the madness that you experienced before.
Okay.
Yeah, I move 30 feet and I give Moxie a Bardic Inspiration. That's a d6 to try to add to your roll, but I don't have anything else.
Everything helps. Canari, it is now your turn.
How far is Moxie away from me right now?
40 feet.
40 feet. So if I am on the magic carpet and then I get off, and does the magic carpet take my movement?
Yeah, it'll be the same with, like I described for Andrew. So if you move the carpet 15 feet, you have to subtract 15 feet from your movement speed. But if you go to the carpet, or the carpet's max, which I think is like 60 or something, I might be wrong, but if you go to 40 feet, you subtract that from your movement speed. You can't have less than 0, you just have 0. So it's just, yeah. because at that point it's not a like distance thing, it's a time thing. Like how much time can you spend moving this turn between the two things? And it's like, just moving at the same pace. It's similar pace.
It's so frustrating to have a flying carpet that only goes 30 feet.
Remove flying only goes 30 feet too, and it's just.
I know, it's a general frustration with the item, not in the particular situation. Because if I was close enough, I could do something about this. Vrexil, how far can you teleport? Hold on. Would that work?
Now I'm kicking myself for not taking Dimension Door.
Oh.
I was like, I'll take Polymorph. That's fun.
It is fun.
It is fun. If this mouth was a creature, I was gonna run over and turn it into something stupid.
Dev can remove curse. Get rid of madness.
It cannot, unfortunately.
How about greater restoration?
Correct.
How close do I have to be to Vrexil? Can you get me and Braenna to swap places? That way I can get Andrew. Or is it just you?
Smart.
I can move one person up to hypothetically 180 feet if they were going from like boom to boom, but it's a 90-foot radius that I can basically teleport people within.
Lesser restoration can also work.
No?
Lesser Rester?
Or calm emotions. Well, calm emotion suppresses it, but it would give you enough time.
But I can't swap you, but I could put you next to somebody.
You said you had the Implement of Benevolence.
Mm-hmm.
Does that have lesser restoration?
No, it has plant growth.
Ooh. See, now you're glad. See, it's coming with the puzzles. I got you.
I mean, I think keep within range of Moxie, teleport me to her, and I'm gonna hold a greater restoration because I don't have a lesser restoration prepared today because I have to prepare 20 million other things.
All right, Braenna, it's your turn.
Braenna pulls out the Implement of Benevolence, and at a spot 50 feet in front of her, casts Plant Growth. It's a 50-foot radius, so it comes right up to basically Andrew's face. And it is now exceptionally difficult terrain, where each foot of movement costs 4 movement. So Andrew now has 15 feet of effectively 15 feet of movement speed, walking through the plant growth.
Give me an animal handling check.
Animal handle your brother real quick.
Because if he can fly,
Yeah.
then it won't work. But if you can do enough control to force him into the ground, kind of like you would as a mounted person.
Can I argue for advantage because Andrew is Braenna's younger brother, and she definitely knows his buttons?
Yeah, I'll give it to you.
Thank you.
Also, because, like, it probably takes some strength to yank.
It's only a 14, though.
All right. For Andrew, I'm going to roll something. I don't know what I'm going to roll. All right. With a natural 20 for a total of 23 for a wisdom check, you pull him down because he's wisening up to it.
Oh, okay.
So he had to do a check in response to that. And so he goes down. And starts to walk, but his movement speed is 20 feet instead of
It's
40 feet.
1 foot for every 4 feet of movement for every 1 foot moved, so he only
Oh,
goes
it's-
15 feet.
Oh, so no, actually it would be by the 40. So 40 divided by 4.
Well,
10 feet.
he's got he's got walking speed. 10 feet.
Yep.
He's got a walking speed too, and not just a flying speed. That's right.
So he's walking through, and the plants are just like tripping him up and tangling him up, but he's still pulling forward. And then it's the start of his turn again. I mean, that happens on his turn because he can't succeed.
Mm.
So now it's Moxie.
Okay.
You have a D6 for inspiration.
Yeah. I rolled a 1.
Oh.
Oof.
You don't need to use
Moxie.
use the bardic if you don't want to.
Yeah, I won't. I rolled a 1, so.
You run 150 feet.
That's 11, I guess. No, that would be 2. Sorry, my bad. Forgot I was adding.
Another 50 feet.
Alright, well, Moxie's just making her way downtown. Don't worry about it.
Vrexil, it's your turn.
So how far away is Moxie from Canari?
Moxie is exactly 90 feet from Canari. Perfect.
Okay, yeah, cool. So, Vrexil will go the full 60 that he can in the direction of this thing, just because I don't think he's seen it yet.
Whoa, one sec.
Huh?
Moxie's on the ground.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true.
Moxie went 50 feet total. She was at 200. So she...
Isn't she halfway now, 150?
No, she was at 200. Andrew was at 180. So Moxie went 20 feet and then had 30 feet of movement in the 1 and 4. So she went another 8 feet. So she is
Probably
Okay.
right up smack next to Andrew.
basically right next to Andrew, yes.
Ooh, nice. Okay. Yeah. So Vrexil will go forward enough to... Have I seen this thing in the center yet?
No, but you're aware of it. Canari told you.
Okay. Well, Vrexil will then go a full 60 forward with his fly speed, just because he wants to be able to see this, and then we'll vortex warp Canari from 60 behind to as far ahead as needed to get to in between the two of them.
Canari, you are warped right next to Moxie at 170 feet away. Vrexil, how far ahead did you go?
Another 60, so I believe I'm 120 total forward.
Are you?
So that puts you right at the edge of the plant growth then.
No, you're 180 away. Yes, you're 120 forward, 180 away.
Yes,
Yep.
sorry, yes.
I was, yeah, we were doing it reverse. Perfect. You warp Canari. Canari, you appear right next to Moxie, who's trying to like get through these plants, and you may use your held action.
Canari, like, her hand goes out and just like touches Moxie's forehead, and like a bunch of stars like swirl around it like cartoon style, as she casts Greater Restoration.
Moxie, you no longer want to run forward.
Oh my god, I don't want to run forward.
Yeah, we gotta get Andrew now too.
Oh,
Sorry, guys.
he's also having issues.
he's moving 10 feet forward for the next for the next 90 feet, so 10 feet around for 9 rounds. We got 9 rounds to figure out what to do.
All right, Vrexil, it's your turn.
Oh, I just moved.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Umbran, it's your turn.
Oh my god, so how far away is everyone from me?
40 feet.
Oh, that's not as bad.
Umbran is
Oh.
30 feet.
I run my 30 feet forward.
You're at the edge of the plants.
I don't really think I have any ability to help. Unless you want to make Andrew scared, but that's not gonna help, I don't think.
You could bardically inspire him.
Well, can he make him? If he crits?
If Vrexil's there, Vrexil can use Flash of Genius and conjunction.
How far am I from him right now?
10 feet.
Oh.
Sure, I'll throw another Bardic Inspiration on Andrew.
All right.
Not gonna leave me with a lot if we get into a real fight, but you know.
Canari, it is your turn.
Bonus action for Steps of Night.
You now can fly.
I'm gonna move 30 feet forward, and am I within touching distance of Andrew?
You were basically next to Andrew at that already. Because
Okay.
Moxie and
So
Andrew
I'm-
were right by each other.
Great. So I'm going over the plants over plant growth, flying over them, and I'll reach down and I'll move 10 feet in front of Andrew, and if it looks like he doesn't snap out of it, I'll cast another Greater Restoration.
All right. Well, technically, holding a spell. So are you holding it?
Yeah.
All right. So you lose a spell slot no matter what if you hold it. So.
I know, Deb. I'm intentionally doing the thing.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
I am familiar with these mechanics.
Sorry, I heard you wrong.
I know what the risk and reward is of this, and this is what I have to do.
Right.
So I'm doing it.
So eventually, Andrew will be cured of the madness. And you all just stop, and you still see the lips, and they're still murmuring, but you all are unaffected by whatever madness this has been trying to put over you. But, Canari, as you look into this crypt, there is a chest.
I'm not afraid of getting eaten. I'll go do it.
Yeah. I'll go forward. I'm gonna use the ladle and regain a 5th level spell slot.
All
And
right.
Once Andrew seems to be out of the draw, Braenna will drop plant growth.
All right, you go in, unaffected by this mouth, and
I'll go in with Umbran.
I would like to investigate this chest for traps.
Vrexil's gonna stay close enough to use Flash of Genius if something goes wrong.
Moxie's just watching.
all right, investigation check. Moxie's like, even if it blows up, my dexterity is so good, I'll just evade it.
Yeah, I'll just punch it so much.
24 investigation.
It does not seem to be trapped, but it is
Awesome.
locked.
I'm glad I wasted that because now I'm not. I have no expertise in these tools, so this is gonna be so regular. Sleight of hand check. Be good. No,
Vrexil knows how to use these tools, I believe.
it's okay. I also got a new spell. Umbran's definitely not as deftly advantaged at lock picking, but as he's getting in there and he's getting frustrated, there's like just a little snap of magic inside the lock. I was like, cast knock.
It
Nice.
just pops open, and inside you see
A new trick.
a sack.
Is it gross?
No, it's just a regular sack.
Okay. I'm expecting sacks to have severed heads in them now. I pick it up and I reach my arm inside.
You pick it up and you pull it out, and it jingles, and you hear the clinking of coins.
No blue
I
blood
count
though.
how many coins are.
Easy to count. It is 100 platinum pieces.
Ooh.
Whoa.
Oh, we found so much.
Well, that'll
Good thing none of us
replace
got
the
eaten.
I give everyone 20 platinum.
Covers the diamonds I had to use for.
Yeah, it was a lot of diamonds.
Yeah, it was
also-
200 worth.
You see that there are skeletons of multiple creatures kind of in this mouth, boiling in an acidic froth inside.
Ugh.
Ew. Braenna takes the glaive, and from the backside of this mouth, where she's not looking at it, will cut it with the glaive to see if it bleeds blue blood.
It does not. As your blade pierces it, it seems to like depart, kind of wiggle a little bit, and then stitch itself back together, almost as if it's a very intricate illusion made of slime.
Gross. Mop it up. Let's go.
Okay.
All right.
I will pat it lovingly on the lips and say, nice try. And we'll walk away.
Would you like to go north, south, northeast, northwest, southeast, or southwest?
Or do we continue on? Go
Northeast.
straight, or should we fill out a grid?
Do we just want to do a little loopy around? That'd probably be the best.
Serpentine. No.
Just do like a coil. Yeah, coil around, because that'll give us the most coverage, and then we'd be still close. Instead of if we do like a straight line out, that'd be get us far away.
I doubt we're gonna find all the liters of blood we need in the adjoining 5 slots. We might have to strike out at least a little. Though I too worry about losing at the exit.
It takes you about around 30 minutes to get through a whole hex.
I say southeast.
I agree.
Let's go.
Serpentine.
Serpentine it is.
Serpentine, surf and turf. Okay. Time for the big reveal, yo. Are you ready? Are you ready?
Y'all ready for this?
It's a hex. Oh my god. It's a hex. There's a hole.
And it is a combat situation. So as you're climbing down the bump, 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 bump. As you're climbing down cliffs, moving past some large towering stalagmites, you see in the distance a large hole that looks like it has teeth coming out of the edges. And I need everyone to roll me, or not everyone, oh my gosh. I need one person to roll me a d20.
I got a 20.
Did you really?
Yes.
No combat. Everything's fine.
Just kidding. Robots in disguise.
And you see tentacles start pulling themselves out of this pit
Finally.
as you get about 100 feet away, and more tentacles grab onto the sides. And
So happy.
you all hear in your voices,
You have come to restore my children.
and you see
Restore your what?
children. You see a massive brain pull itself out of a pit.
Oh my god,
Yeah,
Wyatt!
the
You
elder.
called it! You called it! It's the elder brain! Alright!
Oh no! This
This
is a...
large brain creature,
Oh my god.
and you all are surprised.
And I was really
We're
hoping
surprised.
It was just gonna be like a deep.
I mean, not you.
answer.
No, Braenna's not surprised.
I'm gonna finish this wine.
Oh my god, Wyatt!
I don't
And-
know.
Called the elder brain.
That's it. That's where we're ending.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know how to fight an elder brain. Do you think they're immune to psychics? The only time.
This one will definitely have blue blood.
Oh my goodness.
Better have a lot of it.
But yeah, I was like, if it's an elder brain, we're kind
Y'all, we might just be done now.
finally
Good
look
level,
on
dude.
our
We're just
side.
gonna bring this brain back and
Umbran.
Yes.
You,
Umbran and Vrexil, you might have done some mental calculations, and you were just kind of talking about draining Moxie of all of her blood. So you remember a medium creature would probably garner you maybe 5 liters. A large creature, maybe 10. Probably more. May actually be 15. You know how things kind of exponentially grow and increase, especially from a brain such as this. You're thinking a creature that usually categorized as a huge size would garner you 25 liters. And a gargantuan creature, probably a total of 50.
Now, Dev, here's a question I have. If you were to cast Enlarge on a creature, would it double the amount of blood it had?
Ooh.
Technically, yes, but then the blood would shrink after the concentration ends.
The door doesn't know that.
All right. So,
Okay.
puzzles.
It only takes half an hour to get across and we can fly, man.
Fighting.
We can just make it back in time.
Luigi's Mansion. Good night, everybody,
Night.
and stay
Follow,
gooey.
subscribe. Have a
Stay
great
slimy,
rest
San
of your
Diego.
evening.
Just San Diego, though.
Bye.